Bienvenido and bienvenue to my English talk show. Today we have a very special edition. Firstly, we would like to welcome our new reporter, Natalia. We also have a very interesting alumni or former student catch-up success story. Natalia is with Philip now to start the interview with our alumni Cristel, who will tell her story.
Hi, Claudia. Thank you. Yes, indeed. This is a very special edition of my English talk show. Firstly, I'd like to introduce our new roving reporter, Natalia. But do you prefer Natalia or Natalie?
Both is fine.
Both are
Yes,
fine.
thank you,
Excellent.
Philip.
Okay, so tell us. Well, let me just make a brief introduction. I caught up with a student from years ago who went on to, as we'll see, many bigger and better things.
Yes, Claudia. Today we have a remarkable guest with us, Cristel Torres, an EFMF alumni. Cristel has an inspiring journey from sales finance to pursuing a master's degree in marketing. And now she's a successful entrepreneur in Europe. Welcome, Cristel.
Cristel, are you there with us?
Thank you, Philip. I'm thrilled to be here. It's great to know you're still there and giving English and French classes. Now I hear.
I remember our discussions about future planning and how to get to goals. But what I never understood up to now is what happened to make you want to shift gears and go from finance to marketing and then to photography.
Well, Philip, working in sales finance, I realized my passion lay more in understanding consumer behavior and crafting compelling brand stories. I felt a pull toward marketing and decided to pursue further education to delve deeper into this.
I see.
Yes, that's a bold move. And then you made another significant leap by moving to Europe. What motivated that decision?
Moving to Europe was a dream I have had for years. I saw it as an opportunity to immerse myself in diverse cultures, expand my horizon, and gain international experience in administration and marketing, which I knew would be invaluable for my career. All my life, I have wanted to have my own business. That's why I studied the MBA. And it all came down to the fact that when I arrived in France, I couldn't look for a job because I didn't feel secure having an interview in French. All my life, I have been interested in photography. So one day, I had the idea of doing photo shoot for tourists. Paris is one of the most visited cities in the world, and with several emblematic monuments that people want to keep beautiful memories of. So I take professional photo of them next to the Eiffel Tower or their favorite place to keep as long-lasting souvenir.
Well, that certainly was an amazing journey. Monterey, Madrid, Monterey, and Paris. But I want you to talk about the last segment later. Um, Tell us, though. Okay, of course they speak Spanish in Spain, and the customs might be similar, but still, then moving to France and seeing other countries. What is it like on a personal level when when you go through those cultural changes? Tell us what it was like doing your first job interview in another language.
Well, that does happen, but it makes you a stronger person. And you don't let anything stop you. You definitely grow as a person. Being in a new country, a new culture, you eventually adapt to it. Your life changes completely and you have great new experiences.
Other than English, even. Okay, that's nice.
Yes, and amidst all these changes, you also found love. Can you tell us a bit about how you met your husband?
Ah, yes. I met my husband 4 months after arriving in Madrid to study my MBA. When the time came to leave, we continued in communication and he asked me to go to Paris. And that's how it happened that I'm here.
That's just a wonderful, amazing story. So, and well, what I'm still curious about is the photography business. Yeah, we talked about you're wanting to get your master's in fashion or marketing, specifically in fashion. And I know you worked for both a Spanish and a French company that was pretty renowned around Europe. And I remember you came to Monterey briefly. Tell us that. Something I've always wondered about, maybe you can shed some light on this. You were complaining about the weather the other day, and I just remembered wait a minute, it's April, it's springtime. There's an old song, Springtime in Paris, which sounds so romantic, but how true is that?
Paris in spring, well, is not predictable. How nice is the weather now? By luck, right now, I have a nice sunny day, but most of the time it's rain, maybe all the way to the middle of May.
So I imagine sometimes you have to cross your fingers when your clients are going to meet you. Okay. Well, um, okay. Well, definitely, we'll put your Instagram page up there. And well, good night, and we'll see you hopefully very soon. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Another very inspiring story. That's why we're called English for My Future. Your goals are our goals. Uh, Specialized English courses and our annual French for Travelers classes coming up soon. There'll be some publicity about that. We've got some interesting teachers lined up. Yours truly, plus we'll have a teacher from Quebec and or France to help us. It's a small group class on Saturdays. And of course, we have all kinds of business English classes. How's my Spanish coming? Listen to this.
Let's see.
Llámanos en WhatsApp al 818-257-2451. How's that?
Perfecto.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Well, that does happen, but it makes you a stronger person. And you don't let anything stop you. You definitely grow as a person. Being in a new country, a new culture, you eventually adapt to it. Your life changes completely and you have great new experiences. Thanks to the MBA, there were more opportunities to work. I have always liked everything about fashion and I applied for the position for the Renault store in Europe, where I went through many interviews and they gave it to me. It was a unique experience that if I look for a job in the future, I would like that, and with the photography business. Thank you. I try to use all my experience and knowledge, and I'm very happy that my photography business is going very well.
How did that lead to marketing. And what was, tell us what it was like doing your first job interview in another language, other than English even.
Thanks to the MBA, there were more opportunities to work. I have always liked everything about fashion, and I applied for the position for the Renault store in Europe, where I went through many interviews and they gave it to me. It was a unique experience that if I look for a job in the future, I would like that, and with the photography business.
So it rains, so I imagine sometimes you have to cross your fingers when your clients are going to meet you. Okay. Well, Cristel, thank you so much for being on the show. It was Cristel. Thank you so much for being on the show. It was great catching up with you after all these years. I'm glad you're doing well. So let's see. New country, new career, MBA, husband, and a little boy. Well, you've been pretty busy. So I know it's very late there. It's 8 hours ahead of Monterey. Thank you for joining us. Au revoir, bientôt, à la prochaine. I hope we can have you on several future episodes so you can let us know what's happening.
Thank you for having me on your English talk show. It's been a pleasure. Oh, sure, thank you. You can send my Instagram, which is moment.clicks.paris. Thank you, Philip. It's been great hearing from you. Au revoir, à bientôt, bonne nuit.